Hey pups, RP here. You know, when I was about to weed ass upon the DAs, I thought all criticism was hate, both positive and negative. But as I got older, I learned that criticism is good. But some humans have yet to learn. Ladies and gents, fangirls and fanboys of all ages, requested by Rwbylover34. Check out her channel and DA, by the way. Meet 707Fangirl. She was formerly known as Asgore Fangirl, and from what Rwbylover told me, she stole her OC and claims Ruby stole her OC Rose, and made a Pornhub account. Tammy, you know that Ruby only did it for a joke, right? Fangirl, or Tammy as everybody else calls her, is a bully, a liar, and an attention seeker who is rather hypocritical, ungrateful for fan art, yet complains about not having any, and thinks criticism is bullying. Okay, since when did Anthony, Tony, and Peyton the Riolu have a love child? Her gallery is also filled with memes and screenshots. Now, nothing wrong with that, but if you do it constantly, it gets rather annoying. Believe me, I know. And you know, I used to be like Tammy at one point. Then I realized I was being a big baby over not having fan art. So, I stopped. I stopped complaining and continued doing my arts. Tammy, dear, if you really want fan art of your OC that badly, continue to draw your OC. And from what I've seen, some people even gave you fan art of your OC and even gave you redesigns, which are better than yours, by the way. Take a look at this one drawn by MyDoggyCatMadi. I think it's adorable, along with the other redesigns many others drew for you. And what did you have to say about it? You called it a prey to pedophiles. All she did was take away the wings and ears and replace it with a skirt and a bow, and you cried about it. You could have just at least said, thanks, but I'm okay with the design I have right now. Plus, it's fan art. The one thing you always complain about that you want 24/7. Just ask for a request like I normally would, and be grateful that people draw stuff for you. And from what I've heard while doing some research, just like Anthony, this girl threatens people to get what she wants. Wow. Now I thought Peyton's death threats to be unblocked were bad. And from what I've heard, she also threatened one person for an adoptable and another DA user for a shiny Pokemon by saying she'll beat them with a meat hammer. What the frick, woman? Then she acts like she's all depressed and says she'll commit suicide over a shiny and acts like it's the end of the world. Tammy, are you doing this for a joke? Because I'm not laughing at it, and I don't find it funny. I have friends who've been through depression and suicide, as well as my own father. Like I said in my second Anthony rant, I take that stuff seriously. Now, for something I found weird and somewhat disturbingly hypocritical, she ships herself. A lot. Now, I myself have done OCX canon before. A few examples would be Kate x Jeff, myself Persona or Pokesona with Jeff the Killer, and Arya x Shadow. My Sonic OC was Shadow the Hedgehog. But the OCX canon ships this girl does is ridiculous. Mainly because there's no story with it. She even drew herself pregnant with Oscar from the game Fire Emblem. Now, let me tell you why it's hypocritical. As I was doing my research, I was looking up some videos about her. One of them was in constructive criticism, and they explained in the video as such with the this picture. Tammy claims she's around 15 or 16, and the baby daddy is 24. 24. And Tammy herself claims she's against pedophilia. Hypocrisy at its finest. I had the time to compose myself, or recompose myself, because that was very disturbing. Now, going back to how she can't take criticism, there's a stamp that says, I don't want critique, calls any and all types of criticism bullying, and hides comments that critique her art and OCs, and is immediately rude to those who give her criticism. Tammy, sweetie, you know criticism is there to help you unless it's flat out destructive, right? Criticism and bullying are two completely different things, girl. And not only did she harass and lie about Rwbylover having a Pornhub, she also says she stole her OC Rose. Tammy, dear, take a look at your OC. All it has is pink hair and a scar on her eye. Now take a look at Ruby's. There's no scar on her eye. She's a completely different skin color. and she has brown colored hair. They're completely different. Ruby even said it was inspired by your Rose. Inspiration and stealing are just as different as criticism and bullying. Also, from what I've heard, you're going to be on Encyclopedia Dramatica, and once you're on that site, you're not safe. And if the story about you having scoliosis is true, I'm truly sorry, and I know what it's like to have it. I have stage 1 scoliosis, but it got better over time. But I can't feel any pity for you since all you do is lie and make others with autism, OCD, and anxiety look bad. I have friends with those disorders, and they sure as hell don't act like that. So now I'll critique some of her work, then do a dramatic reading of some of the screenshots that I found that shows what this child is really like. Now, this is her Furby OC, Sailor Kawaii. She obviously got the inspiration from Sailor Moon, or ripped it off, or I don't know. Well, at least she got a little bit of a reference to her. But all we got is what her eyes look like, what she looks like, and one piece of information: her left eye glows when she's angry or using telekinesis. I didn't know Furbies could use telekinesis. And there really isn't much of a bio. All it says here is, this is my old Furby OC named Sailor Kawaii. She's like Alphys, Sailor Moon, and Sans. You put Undertale and Sailor Moon together as like a crossover or something with a Furby? I'm very confused. I'm just left extremely confused. I mean, I have characters that are crossovers from a lot of different things. Like, Sheldon's a crossover between Pokemon and... well, actually, he's just a Pokemon character, just nothing else. Now, if I had a Pokemon character that was a crossover between Sailor Moon or something like that, I don't think this makes any sense, but can you at least describe why she's like Alphys, Sailor Moon, and Sans? Other than the fact that she looks like a Sailor Scout, and her left eye glowing when she's angry using telekinesis. Can you please have a better explanation and a bio to her? Please. Pretty please. Okay, so she most likely got the inspiration from the Pokemon creepypasta Abandoned Loneliness, but, I would kind of recommend not making him cry blood, because that's a bit redundant in my opinion. Like, crying blood doesn't really happen unless you're dead or a zombie or something like that, or like a monster that has the ability to cry blood. But that's just my opinion of it. Although I do like how he has that little bandage on his ear, and I would recommend not using Pokemon Art Academy. I'll get to that later, as soon as I'm done critiquing her artwork. I also like how he is like darker colors like gray and black and everything, but I would recommend tracing him, and there are some spots here that need to be erased, like outside coloring, like color on the outside of the lines. That's one thing that kind of bothers me a little bit, but that can be fixed easily. He couldn't hide his dark backstory. Well, maybe we should take a look at his backstory. Okay. You said that his dark backstory is like this: after losing his parents, he was kidnapped and tortured by Terra. Who's Terra? Who's this Terra person? I don't even know this Terra person. He was forced to do chores for her, and that was then his colors were drained and his eyes were black and red from all the torture he's been through. And you're always lazy to put the backstory in the description. It's not that hard, honey. I mean, I put a backstory in the description of most of my drawings. Like, I put a backstory with Sheldon losing his mom. I put it in the description for those who don't really know. It's not that hard. I know it's time-consuming, and it's hard to create a backstory for someone, like a character or something, but, it isn't really that hard. I mean, sure, it's time-consuming and hard for some people, but it gets a whole lot easier over time, trust me. Okay, so this is a character named Lucinda's Evie. Doesn't have a name or... Well, I do like the fact that she's all blue and everything, but there is a missing spot right there that needs to be erased with the coloring. And the ear, it's a little bit off, just a little bit off. That can be fixed easily. And plus I do like the fact that you put like a bow in her fur and everything. And the fact that she's blue, but what's up with her eye? Like, what's up with her eye? Can you explain that, please? Can you explain that? Imagine if Princess Lucinda gets a pet female Evie. That's it? That's the description of the character? Okay. I would recommend putting a backstory to the character, if possible, and creating more of a bio. Okay, so I like how she did the Pokédex entry with Vulpix being born with one white tail, and as it grows older, it has 6 tails. And plus, this character is actually kind of cute. But I still recommend doing something other than Pokemon Art Academy and practicing on the design and everything. Now, don't get me wrong, this character is actually pretty cute and everything, but I would kind of put different colors, and I wouldn't put a heart where her cheek is. I would kind of put a star right there since her name is Star and everything. I don't know, just a thought. And again, I wouldn't recommend tracing it. I would just recommend like hand drawing it by hand. I know it gets hard for some people to actually draw Vulpix. Believe me, it was hard for me. But it gets easier over time, trust me. Again, I do like how you did it for the Pokédex entry for Vulpix having one tail as soon as it's born and when it's a baby. But that's one of the only positive things I could say about it. A negative thing would be not to trace it, just like practice on drawing how the character looks. I mean, there's how to draw books and how to draw tutorials online for that kind of stuff. You said she's based off of Star Butterfly. Who's Star Butterfly? Can you explain it for people who don't really know who Star Butterfly is? Me including. Okay, so this one is a Trico, which I think it's pretty good. Again, this is drawn in Pokemon Art Academy. I would still recommend not tracing it, but I do like it either way. I will kind of add something to spice it up a bit, if you ask me. I do like how the Trico is pink and how strawberry corresponds with the name. I do like it, but I would still recommend not tracing it and just actually working on the design and maybe adding some accessories to her, like hair or something. So this is her Bendy and the Ink Machine OC, who is apparently Bendy's little sister. Is there a full biography of this character? Or no? Okay, so she's Bendy's little sister. For unknown reasons, she cries easily even when she can't find her older brother. Is that it? Oh wait, there's another drawing of her. 2 sides to her, like, her actual self and her demon self. Okay, there's actually a little bit of a backstory to her within that one. So let's go ahead and read it. She was diagnosed with multi-personality disorder ever since the incident. The incident goes like this. When she cried for the first time, the audience made fun of her, which caused her to snap. She pulled out a knife, which caused some audience to leave, but 9 audiences didn't, so they were stabbed by her, and she ate one of the audience's heads. Cannibalism! The episode Meet Bendy's Little Sister was eventually banned forever after the incident. She was taken to the doctor by her older brother, and the doctor diagnosed her with multi-personality disorder. She can't be in future episodes because of that. Okay. She actually commented on this, so, let's read it. The reason why the episode got banned is also due to how it's like a play instead of a cartoon, which caused the death of 9 audiences. No bodies were found, not even a rotten smell, as if she burned the body or made them into ink monsters. That doesn't really give a full-on explanation for all this stuff. I would also recommend you do more research on multi-personality disorder, because it sounds more like she is bipolar with multi-personality disorder, in my opinion. I'm not a psychologist, so I wouldn't know. Also, I would recommend you work on your anatomy because you made the torso a little bit too long, and I don't think the crotch goes that low, honey.
I'm not gonna leave DA. My friends will miss me. If Encyclopedia Dramatica gets shut down, that would be fucking great. I don't want to deal with those fucking bullies.
2A girl, I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. American.
If a shy girl and dorky rule my life, then I will ruin their life by any possible way. Like using Mayu since I need someone to be the bully.
Wait, you need someone to be the bully? For what? For a story? An art project? A video, maybe? You have me intrigued, my child!
The one towel fan? Why should I? I hate you, and I only let my watchers draw fan arts of me, and or my OCs, not let my haters do it. I feel like in the dark now. I really want that pink Cyndaquil. I hope South Park Artist gives another one to me for free because I was the first to comment. Joining the Adults is a fucking mistake since that greedy Nate Evie will take everything from other people. All you scammers will be punished in the name of the moon!
Who are you, Sailor Moon? You're not Sailor Moon, girl. You were not Sailor Moon. You're not Usagi, Serena, whatever we want to call her. You're not a Sailor Scalp. You're not Sailor Moon. No.
This is a no criticism zone. Now stop harassing me over my art. Also, I have anxiety disorder.
You just used anxiety as an excuse. Like, why? You're making people with anxiety look bad. Oh, God.
Now you made my sadness worse, MyDoggyCatMadi. I hope you get banned soon, you big fat bully. I hope someone cheers me up since that bully made my 2017 life worse. I'm done. 2017 is already hell because...
I can't pronounce the name. I'm sorry, American.
Because of them and MyDoggyCatMadi. I want those fat bullies to leave me alone. Hexanago as I begin to cry. I hate my pathetic life now.
Alright, that's about all I can take before I kill all my brain cells of craziness. So my final message to Tammy is as follows. Tammy, stop. I don't know if you know this, but you're slowly becoming more and more infamous for your behavior. And you're doing all the same things that Kai Dahlia did back in the day. Now, from what I've heard, she's actually become better, like a better person, and more polite to other people. But you're doing the exact same things she did back in 2012, I believe. And you need to learn to take the criticism and get some help to improve your behavior and artwork. If you don't change, which I doubt you will, then you deserve to be on Encyclopedia Dramatica and getting banned off DA. Admins, do your job right, please. So now, this is the end of the video. Give some love to Rwbylover34 and MyDoggyCatMadi and many others who have the displeasure of encountering this person. Also, links will be in the description below for the rants on her, the fanart redesigns of her character, and many others. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Like and subscribe for more content, and click the bell to be notified for a brand new video. I'll see you guys next time. Stay awesome, stay strong, and to beautiful puppies. I love you guys. Bye-bye.